Hello and welcome to this pond construction video. Looking around this garden you can see that there's plenty of plants, there's grass, there's trees, but there's no moving water. Here in the corner of the garden, with the backing of the plants and the bamboo, is a very suitable spot for a pond, and I've chosen the Norlog's 50-gallon pond that's no more than 4 feet across. It arrived in a big cardboard box, and I started laying it out on the garden to see what the components were. In total there are 24 whole logs, 3 half logs upon which it stands. It comes with 3 seats, the screws and 3 timber battens to keep the liner in place. All in all, a very simple construction. This is not a pond that you're going to have to dig into the ground to construct. It's actually sitting on the surface. So I had to work out exactly where it was going to go and how much area it was going to cover. So I constructed the base and then removed the plants in order to show where the base was going to go. Once the plants were out, I levelled the area and moved the frame into place. I didn't place it too close to an already existing box and put the seats on at the back to make certain I was the right distance away. Then, using a straight edge and a half moon cutter, cut round the base in order to get the basic shape. I carefully removed the top layer, including the grass, and then raked level just to get an idea of how level the area was going to be. I then use a tool to tamp the surface down and form a firm base before returning the base layer to the area, and then start affixing all the logs that are supplied all the way round the edges. I used a rubber mallet to tap each of the ends down. There are no screws to fixing the logs together, they merely slot together, and I checked at regular intervals that everything was level with a spirit level. Before fitting the shaped liner, I checked the base to see that there were no stones that were going to puncture the liner, and it was clear that there were enough stones to cause a worry. So I got hold of some rubber mats, fitted them together and opened out the shape of the liner. Being very careful not to touch the liner, I sketched a hexagonal shape, cutting the rubber mats, and they fitted perfectly into the base of the pond. With the rubber base now fitted, the liner goes in next. It is supplied at strategic points with loops that hook over the top 2 bars. Then the seats are fitted. They're already marked out for the screws. With the seats in place, timber battens are then attached to hold the liner against the sides of the pond. It took minutes, not hours, to construct this wonderful Norlog's pond, and once done I filled it and then it was ready to coat with paint. I use cuprinol shades. The pond now in place, just where it was planned to be, and planted up with marginals, aerating plants and a solar panel pond fountain attached. You can see that it is a great effect with a simple, easy to use product with no digging, no wiring and just a lot of pleasure to be had. Before it was just a space, now it is a living part of the garden and a much loved place to sit and dwell and think about all that nature has to offer us. I hope you've enjoyed this video.